RadioOnFire.com. Yours truly, Diamond K, in here alongside Dev Epps.
That's me, man.
What's going on?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Glad to be here.
Yeah, man. A lot of sports stuff going on.
Yeah, it's a good weekend. It's a real good weekend.
I agree. Good weekend. What did you do?
Had a game with the Lords of War. Sorry, I was a little thirsty. We played the rematch of the Battle for Baltimore against the Hartford Bucks.
Yeah.
The Hartford Bucks came out victorious this time.
Yeah.
Lost a 2-point game. I think it might have been 3-point. No, I think it was a 2-point game. 103 to 101. We ended up losing at the Hartford Bucks home gym.
Not cool.
Not cool at all. It was a good game. Very, very good game. Came down to the last seconds, but we got the final shot. And it rimmed out.
And you missed it.
Yeah, it rimmed out. And may have been fouled. I mean, I'll leave it. You know, it's the past. It's the past. Leave it there. But my man got fouled.
Is that the end of the season?
No, hell no. Oh. No, we actually have a double hitter this weekend with the Hartford Bucks. They'll be playing at 5 o'clock against the New York NYC Crusaders, and we have the 7 p.m. game against the NYC Black Eagles. So it's going to be a very, very it's going to be a good night of basketball out at 323 Solars Point Road. That is the home arena of the Lords of War. So come check us out. You can get tickets from me. You can get tickets from any of my teammates, coaching staff. You can hit us up on Lords of War on Instagram and on Facebook. Or, you know, just DM me, baby.
Well, we talked about it last week. And the question was, Lamar Jackson, was he ready for Atlanta?
Party Marty, baby.
And you know, half of Baltimore was down in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, they were all there. They were all there. If you weren't here, you were there. There's no in between. There's nobody. You were in Baltimore, and if you were from Baltimore, you were either in Atlanta because you had already moved there, or you were visiting this week.
Yeah,
everybody was there.
So it was crazy.
Yeah, man.
I was excited about this game.
It was a very pivotal game in our season, man. We were coming off a 2-game win streak. Lamar Jackson beat the Bengals. He beat the Raiders. And the Atlanta Falcons were supposed to be a real test for the Baltimore Ravens.
Supposed to be.
Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley on the outside. Matt Ryan drafted the same draft as Joe Flacco's. Joe's had a little bit more success than Matt Ryan's had. But statistically, Matt Ryan has better numbers and has an MVP under his belt.
Now tell me this. Would you rather... If you could have had Matt, would you have rather him than Joe?
Okay, here's the thing. I believe that Matt Ryan has always had better targets than Joe Flacco's had, like head and shoulders above.
Yeah.
Julio Jones, Tony Gonzalez, Calvin Ridley now, Mohamed Sanu. He's just had really good receivers at his disposal from the beginning of his career. Well, you know, the best receiver that Joe Flacco's had is Anquan Bolden, who may or may not be a Hall of Famer, but isn't the top tier of the league. Now, had you given Joe those same receivers, I think we'd be talking about Joe Flacco like we talk about Matt Ryan. So
you really, truly believe, it seems to me, that Joe Flacco is an elite quarterback?
No, it's not what I said. It's not what I said. I think that Joe has a capable arm and is able to follow directions. I think that the coaching staff in Atlanta, with the margin of error that he would have been able would have been granted with all-star receivers, that his numbers would look better.
So, and I feel like I ask you this question a lot. The difference between Joe Flacco and Tom Brady, is it the receivers? Is it the system? What is the difference?
Some rings. That's what the difference is. No, the difference between Tom Brady and Joe Flacco is not fair. That's not a good. I don't feel like that's a good comparison.
So I mean, I guess if you take Tom Brady out, and you insert Joe Flacco, is that team still successful?
Nah, not as successful.
The same everything else.
Same everything else. You switch Tom out with Joe.
Yeah.
No, Joe is not an elite arm talent. He has elite throwing power. His accuracy isn't elite.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like Joe might have one of the biggest arms in the league, period. Like, shit, he might throw from the 20 out the back of the end zone. But at the same time, is that ball going to go where it's supposed to go? Is he just throwing it? Now, if we're just talking about just throwing the ball, I believe that Joe had one of the strongest arms. But as far as accuracy, leading a team up and down the field, you need a clutch first down, and the pass has got to be in a small, tight window. Joe's capable, but I don't think that he's as capable as a Tom Brady, as an Aaron Rodgers, as a Drew Brees. Those are the elite. That's it. That's why it's called elite. Everybody can't be elite. Yeah. It wouldn't be elite. It's Tom Brady, it's Aaron Rodgers, it's Drew Brees.
Rivers?
Philip Rivers. Got to add Rivers this year. Rivers has definitely proven himself. And the tier right up under that, Ben Roethlisberger. Right under that. That's like elite. Like immediately under. Like
he's B+.
Like he can see in the room. Like they let Ben in every once in a while. Yeah, man. Yeah.
So tell me this: if you are drafting a quarterback, he either has the arm but not the accuracy, but he has the strength to get the ball down the field, or he excels at short, accurate passes.
Who's a better pick? I'm going to take the short, accurate passer. Yeah, because if you surround the short, accurate passer with the right talent, those 5 and 10 yard completions will turn into 25, 35, 45 yard completions. So yeah, I mean, and with Joe, there's so much that goes into a successful Joe Flacco game. The run game has to be going perfect, because then once you start biting on the run, then he can open it up, throwing it over the top. It's just you gotta, and he can't throw the ball more than 35 to 40 times. It's got to be 25 to 30. It's so much that you gotta watch with Joe, and you gotta monitor that. He's capable of managing a game. He may win you a game or two, but he's not as dependable as your elites.
Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
Third straight victory.
Marty Party, ladies and gentlemen. We are officially in the midst of a Marty Party. This is what a Marty Party looks like. Okay, it's Lamar Jackson's party. Everybody's invited.
So, I mean, we got to ask the obvious question. Do we ride the win streak or go back to the veteran Joe Flacco if he is cleared to play?
Joe is cleared to play, then he can finish packing his shit by himself. He doesn't need any help packing his things. Go ahead, Joe. You're cleared to pack your lockup.
Did you see the Flacco meme with him on the phone?
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I've seen this frustration one right here.
They had this one with him on the phone saying,
look it up immediately.
yeah, honey, go ahead and pack. You took my job.
Took her job, man.
So you think it's done?
I think the Joe Flacco era.
3 games is enough?
3 games of this magnitude. Who we got coming up next? The Chiefs? I don't think.
Now, if he beats the Chiefs.
If he beat the Chiefs.
Then I say he go.
And look, listen. He beat the Bengals. Something Joe couldn't do.
Yeah.
He beat the Raiders. Something Joe hasn't done in the past 2-3 years.
Yeah.
He beat the Falcons, a game that I would certainly believe that Joe would drop. And now we got the Chiefs, man. And the Chiefs, I believe that the Chiefs are most dangerous when their offense is on the field. And if I have a good defense and a ball control style offense where
you can keep them off the field,
then hey,
and their guys gonna be tired.
Hey, then that's. I'm leaning to. I think Lamar Jackson gives us the better chance to win.
And what's crazy about that is a couple of weeks ago you would not have said that.
Oh no, because I was terrified. By this time, when Lamar. So this time last month, when Lamar first started out.
Yeah.
I would have said the Chiefs are a loss. The Falcons are a loss.
I think we said that.
The Bengals, I thought these would be losses, but Lamar has continued to impress. And from that first game to this game now, we can see that he has some accuracy issues. That seems,
no doubt about it. Yeah, but that's understandable considering
because this is his 3rd game, baby. This is only his 3rd game.
Right.
So that's going to happen, and as time goes on, he'll get better rapport with his receivers. He'll get better trust. He'll be more comfortable with making those kind of passes. He missed John Brown bad. He missed him bad. Missing by like 7 yards. Okay, understandable. But it happens. It happens when you got a rookie out there.
Yeah.
But it definitely, like, the ball security things. We had, 4 fumbles. 4 fumbles.
Yeah.
2 of them we recovered. No, I mean 3. I think 3 we recovered. And one was a loss.
One was a touchdown.
One was Vic Beasley's touchdown. Okay.
What did you think of the trick play that they did? The fake punt.
The fake punt. It showed our damn quarterback up is what it did. After we missed that big nasty pass,
it showed what?
It showed up Lamar Jackson because Koch came in there and threw a beautiful slant right after that.
What? Yeah, it was like
damn, is that
so
easy?
You are a quarterback,
right? Is he really a quarterback? I listen. I've been waiting for that type of shit all season.
Yeah, but they try stuff like that. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it ends horribly. It is.
But I'll tell you what. Normally, Flacco's playing. This Atlanta game would have came down to being a nail biter at the end.
17-13.
You know what I mean? It been some shit like that.
We down and on our own like 20. That. Yeah, man.
Lamar is better for our hearts.
Yes,
because you know what I mean. You're not like, oh God, listen, bro, this is the big one.
I really need to go down to the Baltimore City Police Station and get some crime stats on what's going on. Is the winning keeping the killing down? I need to know because the city seems happier right now. It's a little colder, but the city seems happier. We're in better spirits when the Ravens are winning, and Joe is depressing us all. There is no mistake in my mind that the correlation of violence in the city has escalated with the losing of the Ravens. We ain't made the playoffs in 4 years. Crime has been at its highest since. Nobody's happy.
That's crazy, but you're right. It has been.
Nobody is happy when the Ravens are losing. Remember how happy this city was? We had a parade of 1 million people, and only one Steelers fan got hurt. I take that ratio all the time. That guy may have died, and I don't want to make light of this situation at all. Now, I do apologize to the family of that Steelers man, but he knew. Why are you down there in the Steelers jersey at the Ravens parade? That doesn't mean you're supposed to be killed. That doesn't mean you're supposed to be killed. But you got to know, you got to respect your situation, sir. But I would take that ratio any day of the year.
Yeah.
Any day of the year. 1 million people in one area and only one person got hurt.
Speaking of hurt, RG3 comes in the game.
Yes.
Because they thought that Lamar might have been
nervous.
Hurt, right? Were you nervous?
I was nervous. RG3, I wasn't nervous for RG3 to play. I was nervous for RG3 to get hurt. Because if he gets hurt, then it becomes Sam Cook. The punter is, that might be a new wrinkle. We don't know what we're going to do in the 4th down. We don't know what we might just catch it, back up. Nah, I'm going to kick this. But he came in and stemmed the tide for a minute, did what he's supposed to do.
14-play drive.
14-play drive, ended the field goal. Yeah, so thank you. Thank you, Robert. And I thought that was funny too. That he's not RG3 anymore. He's just Rob Griffin. He's Rob Griffin in the locker room. Yeah, he's not RG3 anymore. Just Rob. That's what just Rob.
That shows some maturity.
Yeah, it shows. Yeah. You got to accept your situation, baby.
That too.
I don't think you got any room to be RG. You can't be RG3 and be a third string quarterback.
He probably told him, "Just look, none of that."
Yeah, he said RG3. The 3 is for third string. That's what that's what 3
Something tells me though, we're going to need him again.
I would rather, going into next season, see Robert Griffin III as our backup quarterback.
I would too.
If we can trade Joe, get some value for him in the draft. Releasing him would open up some cap space, but everybody doesn't want to come to Baltimore play football. Let's be realistic here. It's not it's not L.A., New York, Florida, or any of these other places who have a lot of cap room to throw at somebody. So if you can get some value for him, get him off your books, and get something in return, I think that would be ideal. With RG3 being a similar style to Lamar Jackson, we don't have to make such drastic adjustments, if from one quarterback to the next, if that's, if he does get hurt, especially with the style he has.
That's true. So we leave out of there with a victory, 26-16.
Yes, baby. 7-5.
Roll over.
7-5.
Now, I don't know how we got here. I thought the season was done. Listen, I thought the season was done, and if Flacco was still at the helm, the season would have been done.
I've had to come to this miserable realization, and if you guys haven't, I'm gonna hurt your hearts as well. We're getting hot, like we tend to do. We had got the prime last wild card spot. You know, that's where we like to be, in the 6th seed, or we don't go no higher than 6. That's where we like to stay. We like to be 5, 6 seed, and then go in and just win a bunch of road games. But here's the thing. I want John Harbaugh gone. For all intents and purposes.
How bad do you want him?
I want him gone. Listen, I was right there with you, Diamond. I was ready to call the season, tank. I distinctly remember saying, just go ahead and start RG3, because if he loses, great. We can go get the that primary receiver that we desperately need to pay with Lamar Jackson. But these niggas is winning. God damn it. If it ain't, look, when you want them to win, they lose. And when you want them to lose, they win. The Ravens make everything hard, even liking them. Like, I wanted a good receiver this year, and y'all making it real hard. But if they take a run, this Chiefs games look real winnable. Kareem Hunt, their starting running back, is facing a bunch of controversy. Has not been picked up on waivers after being released by the Kansas City Chiefs, and you know, rightly so. But we got the Chargers coming up, we got the Buccaneers coming up, and we got the Browns. 3 out of 4 of those games are very winnable. That Chargers game may be a scheduled loss. I don't know if you guys know, but the Chargers are 9-3. Yeah. And the only reason they aren't winning that division is because they're in division with the Chiefs.
And they're right behind them.
Right behind them. So that's the only team I really look at on paper and say that we may.
Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers.
You're not even worried about Kansas City though.
I'm not in fear of them. I feel like if we execute our game plan, that the Chiefs game could turn into our game very easily. Against the Chargers, I just think they might spank our ass. Like, I just don't think that they gonna come in. No, I think we're going there too.
So
I think that was a loss.
Now we can look at this picture. We're a half game behind Pittsburgh.
7-4-1,
which is crazy. We 7-5.
7-5, man. 3-game winning streak change your life. You see it? Shit was real bleak when we was 4-5. It looked real bad. Like, I felt uneasy. I didn't want to come in here and do this show. As a matter of fact, I think it might have turned to a Wednesday show because I just didn't want to do them. I was sick. It's been bad. You can still hear it in my voice, but it was just a bad vibe the whole time we was losing. I feel better.
And we're better.
We're better. Yeah.
The players are playing better.
Yeah. The show's on time. Everything's good now. Everything's good. Everything's right in the world. Goddamn Steelers, man.
One thing about the Steelers, 3 straight offsides when Chargers are attempting to kick the game-winning field goal.
Like you fell apart, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Completely fell apart.
Please keep this trend going.
Keep this ATSE, Pittsburgh. Keep this same energy. You still got the Patriots on your schedule. I believe you still got the Raiders and the Chargers left to play. So please keep the same energy that you. Oh, I'm sorry, you just lost to the Chargers, but you definitely still have the Raiders and the Patriots still on your schedule. So go ahead and keep this energy. Go ahead and lose 2 of those games and go and give us the division back, baby, so we can avoid playing the damn Chiefs again for the first or the Texans. First. This is
it's going to be interesting. If Pittsburgh continues this trend, we are going to be number 1
in the division.
Bengals,
Bengals season is over. Andy Dalton is out for the year. I think AJ Green went down last game as well with a foot injury, non-contact. So you know that's bad. Your number 1 receiver's out, and your number 1 quarterback, your starting quarterback's out. The Browns are the Browns. Nobody. If they have 2 wins
but they beat us this year.
They beat us this year. What I'm saying is,
I don't think they can beat us again.
I don't think they can beat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that if we are where we're supposed to be at the end of the season, the Browns are just going to be a stepping stone. Hopefully.
If we had got Kansas City game 2, though, we would have lost.
We got spanked. Game 2 of this season.
Yeah. Speaking of spanked.